Hello and welcome to another jungle video, and in this one we are going to be doing something a little bit more opinionated, a little bit more relaxed. There was no point making a gameplay or a guide that would depend on itemization because that's changing in just a few days. But what's unlikely to change is how we feel about junglers, the good, the bad, and the ugly. Therefore, I shall talk about my love-hate relationship with every jungler. That means there will be 42 junglers. That's a good number. If you don't know why, Google it. And also enough in terms of pick rate and so on. I didn't want to pick, RE jungle and have an opinion on it because it's just not a thing. So if you do like these more fun-natured videos, do leave a like and consider subscribing. All the real tutorials will be coming very soon, don't worry. Now without hesitation, let's begin. Oh wait, a quick hesitation. I wanted these feelings to be a bit more raw, so this is completely unscripted. I'm just going through an alphabetical list and I'm going to tell you what I think about each jungler. Okay, so Amumu is first. His win rate is good this patch. What I love about this champion for people to play is that he can be very unseeming in terms of his approach. He shows up, he's either an indestructible bull tank, or he's a simple AP hybrid drain tank. Unfortunately, that last part is also why I hate him, because the AoE, the long bandage toss, and that unsuspecting damage means bottom laners die all the time. Like a fly trap, but at least that's what makes it interesting to play and interesting to face. It is the duality of Amumu. Now you all know me for Zyra jungle, but Brand is essentially the meta for that. I love Zyra jungle, there's a lot of weaknesses, but Brand is the one you suggest if you are going down the support mage jungle route. I love the easy stun, I love the unsuspecting damage. I love niche off-meta picks that can actually end up 1v9ing games. What I don't like, however, is of course low mobility, no map scaling, easily abusable by other meta champions. This goes for Zyra as well, but in Brand's case, you can get around that if you get ahead. If you get that Liandry's, you can very easily 1v9 a game. Whereas if you want map scaling and safety, well then Echo is your choice. One of the best things about this champion is not only how decent he is in the early game, but how demonstrably well he scales into the late game. He has a Control Z or Control Z undo button, he has wave clear, he has a huge AoE stun, and a point-and-click dash that basically makes ADCs fear for their life. What's not to love? Unfortunately, that's also what you hate about it, because when he presses R and disengages after being caught out, you definitely feel slightly robbed, and what I hate is how quickly he can turn it on. One little incident in the bottom lane with 2 or 3 kills, boom, you're out of the game because Echo will be chasing you down and kicking you out of your own jungle. Elise, on the other hand, is really great for early pressure, closing games at high tempo jungling. Tower dives level 3, becomes a pseudo-assassin jungler. I love it. What I hate though, and I hope most of you agree with me, is that it always feels like you're behind the Elise. I'm gonna do my 3 camp and then get, she already ganked top. I will just go mid, she's cutting me off from mid. I better go the long way for bottom crab, I got double crabbed. I'll gank bottom lane, never mind. It is so difficult as a fellow carnivore jungler to keep up with an Elise that it just becomes extremely frustrating to face. She has a lot of legs though, that's kinda cool. Now it might seem like I'm doing a thematic transition of legs from Elise to Evelynn, but it's just alphabetical. The carry potential, the camouflage, the flanking, the unique game style that allows you just to take out anyone. The fast farming, I love it all. What I hate is I can't take objectives with this champion as easily as you can with others, so you lose a little bit of that control, specifically on towers. That's as a player. Facing her, I just assume all of you hate the camouflage and the fact that someone's always going to miss position, and you're not always going to have a support jungle mid buying 25 controllers each a game. And honestly, she needs to be a little bit weak because when she's strong, she's dominant. She dominates the meta and it's insanely difficult to deal with if she can 1v1 enemy junglers and still scale to one-shot anyone in the game. And that's why I love Fiddle. AFK farming, wonderful thematic, excellent ultimate, plays into this unique jungling playstyle. Same reason I like Zyra and Brand. Can absolutely dominate teamfights, mislead people with your sucky suck, just infinitely sustain, it's glorious. But you love the sustain, you hate the sustain. It can be so frustrating to try and kill this champion early on if he's ahead when he activates his W and it gets the full channel off. It's also very tough when you're winning pushing lanes and your jungler isn't doing well. Fiddlesticks hops over the wall, hippity hoppity, your skin is my property, because he needs a little bit of that stuff. Things I love about Gragas. Things I hate about Gragas. His ult, his one-shot PTSD I have from Season 3. Next champion, Graves. Okay, things I love about Graves, fine. One thing, yes, he is boring to me, however, it's really great that he provides a multitude of playstyles. Choose your jungle adventure, as I've been saying. You want to gank, you want to level 2 cheese, you want to invade, you want to counter jungle, you want to scale, you want to be canyon, you can do it all. Things I hate about him, when it's his meta, I hate this season. Season 6, Season 8, Season 10. He's just so irritating to deal with, he becomes so tanky even though they semi-nerfed it. And now he has Phase Rush, so he can just chase you down all across the map. When Graves isn't defining the meta, the jungle is a happier place. Hecarim. I like that he provides safety for high elo junglers to be everywhere when their laners are inting. The quick movement speed, the ult, the disgusting one-shot potential, the solo objectives. It's really a nice champion to have that's usable in higher elo. On the other hand, a champion that can bombard you from space probably shouldn't be able to one-shot you. Thematically in this metaphor, maybe, but not in League of Legends. Too much damage. Next up, we have Ivern. The thing I love about Ivern, the brain plays. This is for people like me. When I eventually get way too old to even operate Zyra and Ornn, I'm gonna shift into the Ivern territory. Unique pathing, support the win condition, climb. Tyler 1 even did it. The problem is he's so unique, so supportive, that he really will never be picked up by more than about 12 people. The things he could teach most junglers could be amplified if his kit was slightly different, but that's what makes him who he is. Jarvan has great gank, build versatility, ult lockdown. What I hate about him is I don't like his shoulder pads, his obnoxious voice and face. So if we're going to mark Master Yi for going brrr with his auto attacks, then I'm going to mark Karthus for going brrr with his Qs. And then ulting. Yeah, very skillful. I do love that you don't have to gank to press R. That really is great for junglers to have an ability that lets you gank without being present. It's like the best thing ever for the role. And simultaneously the worst. I love Kayn, I love Shadow Assassin, and I love Rast. I love what it teaches junglers, and sorry to be a bit serious for a moment, but I do love that. What I hate is how long it takes to get form sometimes in games where you're behind. Now they've done a good job aiding in that, but it leads to misconceptions that he's abusable, that, he's not a great skirmisher, all of which aren't true. Kha'Zix is the quintessential solo Q assassin. You have to love him for that. Disgusting amount of damage. Late game fed, disgusting amount of damage. I said it twice because it always feels like he does 2 times more damage than necessary to kill you. What I hate is that for such a, late game scaling assassin that he does so much isolation damage early. It would be nice to see that ramp up a little bit so that we have counterplay when we want to fight him early on in the game. I mean, most junglers will just see him heads up 1v1 and go, well, that's it, open my soul, take me Kha'Zix. What I love about Kindred is the immense scaling, the characters, the fact that people keep saying Wolf does nothing, yet Wolf is W, yet Wolf is E. And yes, I know what they mean, but I'm just pointing it out that it's not like the guy is not in the kit whatsoever. What I hate is that I have to play too many games. I understand the concept of scaling and getting marks, but it just really doesn't fit in the modern game and makes jungling difficult when we already have like 20,000 options of pathing to choose from. Now you throw in a random Krog camp on the opposite side of the map. I love that Lee Sin is the people's jungler, the quintessential embodiment of the role. Mobility, ganks, support, scaling, carry, whatever you want, mechanical prowess. But really, I hate the fact that he can do so much damage with so much ease, and if you are able to do damage or turn the fight, he just runs away, hops over wall, and now you're crying. At least Lee can't see you crying. Lilia, well, she's kinda new, but I pretty much just hate this champion. So annoying to deal with that movement speed ability. She has so much damage that's so easy to land with how safe she is. I play Zyra and Ornn and Volibear, right? Have you tried to hit skill shots with the 2012 champion on Lilia with the E travel time of Zyra? You'd have my feelings too. I love when she's banned. For me, with Nidalee, I love that you can really personify your own aggressiveness in-game with jungle. If you want to 3-camp gank and then circumnavigate all other routes afterwards, you can do that. We made a video on it. If you want to full clear counter jungle, be 3,000 levels ahead, you can do that as well. What I hate is that the form switching is so easy, the auto attacks become so obnoxious to deal with, and then she hits a spear and executes you. It feels like sometimes there's just very little counterplay to the champion. This is specifically from my high elo point of view in the current meta. If you are worrying about Nidalee in the low elo, not to be offensive, but I wouldn't be too concerned. Nocturne I love because he looks simple, he looks like he's 3 pixels long, but then you can basically annihilate anyone from about 10 light years away. Couple that with lethal tempo, when you go fist to fist with him, he keeps auto-attacking you faster and faster and faster, and then you realize, oh wait, I am dead. What I hate is that when he's bad, he's just a flying pigeon. You just hear, dropping bomb and then just a puff of feathers at the end. Now everyone will say this one thing about why they hate Nunu and Willem. The spam gangs. Up and down the river we go, up and down the river we patrol. Maximum snowball stonks, smash into the face of your enemies. Enemy jungler is trying their best to control things, but of course consume smite means you never win a 50-50. But what I love about it is that you are able to be a supportive jungle and have impact. You're able to control the flow of the game. You're able to aid your teammates, support them while still doing huge jungle things. No other jungler can do that. Ivern is the closest, but Nunu has the better objective control and gank potential. Olaf I love for the deceiving DPS and healing he does when he gets low HP. Everyone thinks they can defeat you, and every time they die, they basically have to do a pseudo walk of shame. What I hate is that he presses R and all the CC in the world cannot stop him. If you play in a mobile champion with CC and you think, I will detach, don't worry, I can get out of this, never mind, I'm dead. Poppy Jungle I'm throwing in here because I made an off-meta video about her. Still underrated, still has a good win rate, still surprises you with huge damage and becomes immensely tanky. What I hate is that you think you can dash in, nope, shield goes up and you get popped out. What I love is going in with another champion and then she just says nope with the hammer. and that's why I play volley, and that's why I ult at the same time. What I love about Rammus is that I get to say Ramus, also that you can counter Master Yi, Samira, any ADC, a lot of AP champions, and then they say, why are you hurting me? And you say, no, you are hurting you. What I dislike and hate about the champion isn't so much about the champion, is that he does fall off in the high elo. People get better at disengaging. He's very binary and straightforward. Then again, that's why he's good for low elo, so. Rek'Sai, my love, the queen of the desert, used her to get master tier for the first time. I played her since release, although I do miss that global ultimate. I love the pressure, I love repositioning with ultimates, I love finishing people off with a long range Prey Seeker into an ultimate. I love using Barrow and Umbara multiple times in a fight to shift around, knocking at multiple opponents. What I hate is that I feel like a blind naked mole rat when I'm underground walking around the map. If my team doesn't ward, I don't see anything and I just feel very claustrophobic, I guess is the word. For me, vision control and map control are my strengths in the game, and if I can't ward or control and see, I feel very constricted with what I can do, and my decision making then, gets hurt. Long story short, if there's a Rek'Sai on your team doing well, please ward to help out. Rengar was one of the champions when I was first playing. I said, I need a jungler that really feels like a jungler, that's aggressive, that has that alpha attitude, and Rengar was it. Problem was, at the time, Rengar was only a top laner. I was called many names for trying to be a knife cat in the jungle, but now, he's the quintessential one-trick dominator in solo queue. Everything about his aggressive kit and scaling is just so fun to play. What's horrible to play against is that if you lose 1v1, you can never blind face check a bush. I was gonna give if in a whole bunch of conditions, but yeah, just don't do it. You die. And it's horrible, and it sucks, and it's very oppressive when he's ahead. Very oppressive. What I love about Sejuani is that she is actually a tank. A lot of champions in the game don't really feel like tanks anymore. But simultaneously, the damage that she has on the E, the natural sustain she has from her passive where she can just buy Warmark second, I hate this. Every other jungler has got to buy a huge amount of items to be that tanky, and she just exists with it. Also, I hate how she always gets preferential treatment from Riot. We had Set and Volley in the jungle, which were great new order tanks. Riot says, no, we don't like it. We buff Sejuani. As if 3 years of pro play wasn't enough. And I just mentioned Set, and that's what I loved about him. This new order tank, carnivorous game style. Get your Swifties, get your Stalker's Blade, 3 camps and gank, look to be active. Incredible ult for team fights, mid-game skirmishes, disengage, engage. Hex flash over the wall into an E, it's wonderful. It was such a unique playstyle from the tank position, especially against a volley. What I hate is the W shield, honestly, the damage it dishes out, he just absorbs everything. Now it's much more tempered now, but when he was released it was so damn obnoxious. I honestly hated facing him because you could never kill him. You just think you got him and then he releases the shield and kills you with 2 hits. Okay, it's Shaco time. We reached Shaco. Everyone knows I hate this abomination of a champion that requires only cheese strategies, the mental weakness and gullibility of laners to fall for it. It's just the camouflage. He gets to dash over a wall and go invisible every few seconds. He gets to place a box and fear you for what feels like eternity. He gets to ult his clone, and when you destroy it, because you have to because it's in front of you, you get exploded and you die. Absolute piss champ. But also, I guess, I don't love it, but if you love those things, that's why you play him. That's why you demonic hellspawn. Onto the River Shen, we saw him in Worlds, great stuff. Xpudu runs it every now and then on his challenger account. I love me some supportive Shen jungle. The problem is you farm way too slowly, and I hate that. But I love the fact that at level 6, you can bail people out from being Karthist. You can bail people out from anywhere on the map. And you still have a wonderful taunt and map ability that you can use for early ganks and getting around the map. Whereas Shyvana gets around the map by just pressing W and farming everything on repeat, taking dragons, there's not much you can do about it. Classical Shyvana I do enjoy. I love the fact that you can dive in, you're that fighter, you disrupt, you spin, you twirl. I hate AP Shyvana. Long range nuke bombs that basically demolish a crater in the ground and you just slowly die. It's like if the dinosaurs got hit by the comet and then basically were alive long enough to watch their pieces fly everywhere instead of just being instantly annihilated. That's how I feel about AP Shyvana, but that's why I like AD Shyvana classically in terms of its farming style, objective control, and ability to disrupt. Flying over walls is pretty cool as well. People forget Skarner exists, unless of course you main Seraphine, or maybe you also forgot he exists. Either way, we should question your sanity. What I love about Skarner is how damn underrated he is at doing a full clear and getting ahead. That dude farms so quickly. All of a sudden, he's up 2 levels, level 6, pressing R on your ADC, and you're still contemplating, should I Dragon? Should I Herald? Skarner really rewards aggressive and quick-paced jungling, but what I hate is when he's ahead and he chases you down, it can feel very difficult to deal with. You can't get away. He sticks to you like glue. Actually, that's a really weak metaphor. He's just like a leech. Just sucks your blood, sits on you, never goes anywhere. Sylas is a really cool champion and a really nice jungler because you can cheese and have strength early. You don't farm very well, but you keep on scaling. But you become indestructible. You can Q-max for faster clearing, you can W-max for better skirmishing. Whatever ults they have are now belong to you. You can turn the tides if there's a Karthus, an Ornn, a Fiddle. But I really hate that W amp. You think you got him. You think you got him. Aha, no, you got W'd and he's full HP and you're dead. I don't like that. Trundle. Now I hate Trundle because he steals all my ADs. Love Trundle because he counters obnoxious tank metas, but we haven't had one for a very long time. All in all, kind of a bland champion. I like his pillar, I guess. Twitch, on the other hand, isn't really so much a jungler anymore. Red IRL enthusiasts are still pulling it out for level 2 cheese, but it's very easy to counter in the current meta, not really a place for him. I love, again, the off-meta, the unique style, the fact that you can cheese. I don't like the cheese, obviously it's one of the things I hate, but I do love the mind games of playing against a Twitch jungle, because I just pick Rek'Sai or Warwick, and I feast on him and his cheese and his jungle, and he loses. But if that doesn't happen, at least it's a very fun way of map controlling, tracking, deep vision control. It sort of amplifies a different aspect of jungling, and that's why I made the Smurf video a few months ago of a Rek'Sai versus Twitch. Now, if this was a few patches ago, I'd say, well, we love Udyr because he slaps you and runs away, doesn't hurt. When we hate him is when he slaps you and runs away and it does hurt because you're dead. But this new sort of Cinder Hulk, Tank, Leandries, Frozen Heart, Frozen Fist, top lane Udyr thing, that's actually kind of a scary thing. Try it out. Completely unique jungling, everywhere on the map, open the gates, take the objectives, counter jungle. You can do a lot of good things with this champion at the moment. What I love about Vi is the simplicity of her kit and the fact that she's basically a Jarvan analog without being Jarvan. Locked on ult, decent early ganks, very, very easy to early dragon, which allows you to ping pong objectives. I do so enjoy objective control. What I hate is that it's a point and click ultimate and when she's fed, you just die. There are very few things you can do to avoid death if she's fed and you have no map mobility. Well, I'm a little bit biased because I'm a hardcore Volibear main along with my Ornn. Yes, I know they hate each other, but I prefer to exist where they love each other. And as much as I love my Ornn jungle, it's much better to play things like Volibear, like Nunu that actually are designed for the role. Great ganks, wonderful ultimate, great new kit, a lot of outplayability, skill shots, cancel animations. The problem is the nerfs suck so hard and I hate this. 42% win rate in Master Plus. I was wondering why I was having no success, because I just can't get onto anybody. They nerfed Nimbus Cloak too. I just cannot get onto anybody. Great, my Q resets, I still can't catch them. Much easier to deal with in the farming scaling meta, much easier to deal with since he really struggles to get onto people as well as he did before the Q nerfs. But when he's fed and he gets ahead in the mid game, well then the Volibear is gonna have fun and you're not gonna have fun, and you know, I love that for me and I hate it for you. Good old Warwick, the main I used with Rek'Sai to get my Asset tier for the first time. Love the fact that you can be everywhere, love the accessibility to new junglers, chain CC, multiple build paths. Then again, that might change in Season 11 with no core itemization and a tier match shift. But honestly, I was playing a lot of Volibear and Rek'Sai, then played a game of Warwick, and it just felt so slow. In higher elos, when people don't get low HP and stick around too long, you don't have the innate map mobility that you think you do. I don't know, something just feels a little bit rough from the jungle. He's definitely much more satisfying to play in the top lane, even mid lane, and just feels overshadowed, you know, in the Diamond Plus jungle arena. It's something I'm gonna reflect on and think about because I can't quite quantify it, but those are at least my sentiments and what I hate at the moment. Wukong, you should not be playing Wukong jungle. Play top lane. Wukong jungle I hate because it's not good. I hate it if it is good because, you know, when he was released and his numbers were too high, Doggle knockup, mega damage, giga sustain, what was that? Right, told you, they knew better. They knew better. Sometimes you have to listen. Then again, now he's like where he was before the rework, so I guess I love that he has a clone. And on to Xin Zhao. I tried my best to say that in the flow of speaking. I know it's not well pronounced, but I did actually try. I love the aggression. I love the ease of use that you can have in level 2, level 3, level 4 gangs. I love that you can get ahead and still amplify the map. What I don't love is that if you can't do those things, you become absolutely useless. Your pointy spear is like a number 2 pencil. Master Yi, an abomination, needs to be reworked. Funnel exists purely because of him and Taric. For some reason his Q gets reset from auto attacks, but then he also gets true damage. His ult also gets reset. I don't know why he needed that. It's like they want everyone to absolutely despise and hate this champion. I love literally nothing about this thing. I hate everything about it. I love that some of you might get gold with it, but I hate everything about this champion and needs to be changed. Can you deal with it if everyone's on the same page? Yeah, sure, but is it fun? No. Do you want to have to do it? No. We have to literally change our entire universe to deal with this abomination before he gets a pentakill. This is of course good Master Yis. Bad Master Yis are absolutely hilarious. You just invade them early and then never get off the ground. That's obviously the game plan, but you slap a Taric in the mid lane, and now we're weeping. Under the weeping moon. And finally we have Zac. Now most of you will hate the long range gank ability. He always seems to be everywhere at one moment because he can stretch his long slinky arms from base all the way to mid lane. But that's what I love about the champion. Long range E-bombs, disruptive ult, stick people together with your Q, heal up on your blobbies and keep running around, and just when you think you're dead, you say no to that and you regenerate. You get a squeaky voice too, which is kind of fun. You know, I think we all like that. And if I didn't mention your jungler in this video, I apologize, my deepest sympathies, it's already quite long. Things like Morgana, Brand, Zyra all, belong in the same category, so a lot of the pros and cons, the love and hate, are drawn together. And we all hate the Morgana queue equally as much. I mean, you might watch this video in January, Nevada still won't have results, and it'll be because of the Morgana queue. Anyway, there you have it, a nice 20-minute list about junglers, and a little bit serious, a little bit jokey. Hope you enjoyed this kind of video. I'm looking forward to making guides for you again next season. Please don't forget to like, share, and comment, and of course subscribe for all that content coming very soon. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, I will see you all in the next tutorial.